What I'm about to share will completely change how a narcissist treats you. Carl Jung discovered something about the human mind that most people never learn. And once you understand it, you'll see every difficult relationship in a new light. By the end of this video, you'll have the exact words that can make any narcissist respect you instantly. But first, let me show you what happens when you get it wrong. You know that feeling. Someone talks over you. They dismiss what you say. They act like your feelings don't matter at all. Most people react in one of two ways. They either blow up in anger or shut down and say nothing. Here's the problem. Both reactions give the narcissist exactly what they want, because their real goal isn't to hurt you. It's to control you. Carl Jung once said, "Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves." He understood something crucial. Narcissists aren't just difficult people. They're deeply wounded individuals. They test you to see if you'll give them the reaction they're looking for, a reaction that proves they have power over you. And here's what surprises most people. Narcissists don't want to destroy you. They want to keep you under their control. That's it. Jung explained that narcissists are stuck in what he called the shadow self. These are the parts of themselves they don't want to face, the parts they've rejected but still carry around, and they end up projecting those parts onto other people. When you get upset and react emotionally, you're confirming their belief. You're proving that they control your emotions, and that's when they feel powerful. Jung discovered that our unconscious mind runs on patterns. A narcissist's pattern is simple. They look for people who will either submit to their control or get pulled into their drama. So how do you break this pattern? Here's the exact phrase that changes everything. Starting today, I'm done having these kinds of conversations with you. Not a fight, not an insult, just a clear, calm line in the sand. Let me explain why this works so well. Jung said every human behavior serves a purpose. For narcissists, that purpose is managing their emotions by controlling the people around them. They create chaos and confusion to maintain that control. When you calmly say, "I'm done having these kinds of conversations," you do three powerful things. First, you end the game. You're not negotiating. You're not arguing. You're simply declaring it's over. Second, you cut off their power source. Narcissists feed on engagement. Whether it's love, anger, or fear, they need your reaction. Without it, they lose their supply. Third, you show what Jung called psychological sovereignty. You take back complete control over your inner state. But here's the catch. The words alone aren't enough. Jung believed the unconscious speaks through energy, not just words. If you say it while feeling defensive, angry, or scared, they'll sense it, and they'll push even harder. This phrase only works if you've reached what Jung called psychological finality, a place where you're truly done giving emotional energy to toxic patterns. It's not fake confidence. It's not forced strength. It's the calm certainty that your peace is worth more than any argument. When you do this, the narcissist often reacts with panic. Jung called this the collapse of the false self. It's when their usual tricks stop working. They might accuse you of being cold, selfish, or unreasonable. They might try guilt trips. They might even escalate their behavior. Why? Because their mind is desperate to get back to the old dynamic, the one where they controlled the emotional tone, and you kept playing along. But if you hold the line, something powerful happens. The narcissist has only two choices: change their approach or lose access to you entirely. Some will adjust, some will walk away. Both are wins for you. And here's the deeper transformation. Jung called it the death of the compliant self. You're not just setting a boundary with them. You're breaking the old part of yourself that tolerated disrespect for the sake of keeping the peace. Maybe you learned growing up that harmony mattered more than your feelings. Maybe you believed that love meant accepting poor treatment. Jung taught that we repeat familiar patterns, even when they hurt us, until we make the unconscious conscious. So here's the simple framework. First, recognize their need for engagement. Narcissists survive on your reactions. Second, see your role in the cycle. Every time you explain, defend, or argue, you're feeding the pattern. Third, end the cycle. Calmly say, "Starting today, I'm done having these kinds of conversations with you." And mean it. This isn't about shutting people out. It's about becoming the kind of person who won't allow conversations that chip away at their spirit. When you do this, you'll discover something surprising. Narcissists start avoiding you. Why? Because you no longer give them the emotional chaos they're looking for. Jung said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." Most people think toxic relationships just happen to them. In truth, we often keep them alive by engaging in the very conversations that hurt us. When you understand this, you stop justifying your boundaries. You stop proving your worth to people who refuse to see it. You stop letting circular, pointless arguments steal your energy. This is a conscious choice. The power to recognize a destructive pattern and refuse to participate, no matter how the other person reacts. And when you live from that place, you don't need to demand respect. You naturally command it. So remember these words. Starting today, I'm done having these kinds of conversations with you. Say it calmly, mean it fully, and watch as the people who once disrespected you either change or disappear. Because, as Jung taught, the goal isn't to change others. It's to be so authentic, so self-respecting, that only those who can meet you at that level remain in your life. That is the real secret to never being disrespected again. If this message spoke to something deep inside you, don't keep it to yourself. Like, share, and subscribe, not just for more content, but to join a growing space where truth, healing, and self-discovery matter. This is Psychethera, and your journey is just beginning.